On a Wednesday in February 1987, an anonymous call was placed to the Tallahassee Police Department. The complainant would tell police that they had witnessed two well-dressed men supervising 6 unkept and dirty children. Upon arriving at Myers Park, the police were met by the 2 men who would go on to explain that they were the children's teachers, Michael Houlihan and Douglas Ammerman. The 2 said they were driving the children to a new school in Mexico and that the kids were being weaned from their mothers. Due to the state of the children and the questionable answers given at the scene, the men were arrested. At the Tallahassee police station, things would only become stranger. When questioning the children, only the oldest, Mary Houlihan, was able to properly communicate with the officers. With the rest of them seemingly confused by modern comforts and technology, Mary was able to give more telling information that proved to be no less disturbing. She claimed that they came from a group of other children and adults, and that they answered to a man they referred to as the game caller. The group called themselves the Finders. The aforementioned game caller was a retired Air Force Master Sergeant named Marion Petty. Back at Tallahassee PD, officers would inform the 2 men after an examination of the children uncovered signs of sexual abuse that they were under arrest. When word of the incident reached the press, there was a feeding frenzy. This was, of course, at the height of the Satanic Panic. Police had uncovered a warehouse and an apartment with photos that appeared to show ritualistic animal sacrifice and naked children, and a book on mind control. They also found instructions on how to procure children, a Chinese-English dictionary, and a telex to other Finders members describing the arrest made the day prior. Surprisingly, as quickly as this story exploded into the news, it vanished. The mothers of the children came forward to say they had given their consent for a road trip. A spokesman for the Finders held a bizarre press conference explaining it was all a huge misunderstanding. Then there was the C.I.A. An officer for Customs and Border would later state that the entire investigation was sidelined when an agent with the C.I.A. informed him that the case was an internal matter. In 2019, the FBI would release 324 heavily redacted documents related to the Finders investigation and Central Intelligence Agency involvement. The explanation of a C.I.A. connection would come in the form of a computer training facility that would train agents on different computer programs. It was this facility that 2 Finders members would work, and the C.I.A. connection arises. In the years since, all of the Finders' children have stated that no abuse took place and that they had a wonderful childhood. Yet the question still remains. Was this a case of satanic panic run amok? Or were the Finders a global child trafficking cult whose boss was the Prince of Darkness?